Today I'm going to be speaking to you about relationships, getting in one, getting out of one. What's the best way to do it, and what could we find out before we get into one, or if we're thinking of leaving one or staying? That's what I'd like to talk to you today. So today I want to talk about compatibility and couples and relationships and compatibility and how to have a better one and what you can recognize with your partner. And that can be a corporation, it can be an intimate partner, it can be friends, it could be business partners, it doesn't matter. There's always a blueprint for each of you, and you want to see where and how you are what we call matching, or where there might be some issues down the road. So people come to me for this issue about compatibility, either before they get in the relationship or solidify it further, or after they're in it and they're looking at some changes and they want to know what that might mean. So it's all in the name and it's all in the date of birth. For instance, if you have the both same life paths in this lifetime, you two are together again, what we'll call in the same classroom, learning the same lesson, and can be a bit competitive. How do we find out your learning lesson? You find out from your life path. That is your full exact birthday. That's your month and day and year. Add it together and reduce it to a single digit. If your partner has the same digit, you both have been together before, back in the same classroom, learning the same lesson. It can be challenging. It doesn't have to be detrimental, it's just challenging. The other way that you can look at your name according to your partner's name is to look at the sum total of each of your names. So every letter, like the letter A is a 1 and B is a 2, if you take a look at the letters in your names, you will count them down, do it twice. I always say do it twice, because most people miss out or miss a number or add wrong. So do it twice. Each take the letter away and find out what the number is behind it. And you find out whether you both have the same destiny numbers. All right, there's a lot of compatibility if you both have the same destiny numbers. That works very, very well. Now, if you have the vowels, you can take that apart and you can find in the vowels the same thing. Take off the letter and find the number. If the vowels are compatible, say my vowels equal to a 5 and your life path is a 5, I'm very attracted to you. I'm going to be very drawn to you and what you do and how you act in this life. Now, it's all very fascinating. It sounds like a lot of work, but it really is easy. It's just uncovering letters and finding numbers. There are so many what we'll call facts and figures that go into looking at compatibility. One of the things that you want to take a look at are the cycles of time that a person is in. Many times you can be in a relationship, it's going along very well, and then all of a sudden the person just seems disinterested, or the love is gone, or the fire is going out. But every 7th birthday, beginning at age 7, and goes 7 and 14 and 21 and 28 and 35 and 42, 49 and 56, it just goes on and on. Any one of these is your soul cycle. If your partner is in a soul cycle, they're always more introspective. It takes 1 year from, say, 35 to 36, 42 to 43. If they're at that age level, they're always more introspective and they're kind of mulling what they are going through, processing, before they move to a different state of awareness. And so you want to know, when are your partner's relationship issues around your soul number. So those are based on ages. Another way to look at a person when you're meeting them and you're thinking, well, this could be it. Well, take a look at when you actually met. So the timing is very important on when you meet. If you're meeting in a personal 9-year for you, this relationship is not going to go anywhere. It might last a year, maybe 2, but it will be redefined and move on. So I always point out to people, if they have met this person in a 9-year, don't put a lot of money in that bank. They're going to get disappointed within a year or two. And it isn't because somebody's mean or what have you difficult is because the person's own timing was such that they were in an ending period. They were in the winter of their chart and they're ending, so they can't go out and create new relationships that last in an ending cycle. So that's just some of the timing involved. If you're in a 2-year, you personally remember your month and day added to the universal year. How do we find that? If you were born like February, the 2nd month, on the 6th day, added to 2019, which is a 3, you would find out that you are in a 2 personal year. So that's how you find your personal year for your timing. There's so many things that intertwine here. I usually get requests for private sessions with couples who are thinking about joining together. They're not married or anything. They're just thinking maybe about living together, or they met someone. Is he the one, she the one? And then later on, after they've been together a long time, and now people have shifted and changed. And remember, we have a soul cycle that changes us every 7th birthday. These are extremely important. People don't even pay attention to the age they're at. You know, you keep having these soul cycles, 70, 77, till you get out of here. And remember, a blueprint's very, very long. But people go through these stages where relationships get stale and one or the other has started to grow out or away. They really grow in awareness. So you have to be aware that to make a relationship really last, the people have to both grow. You're not here to be comfortable. You're here to grow. So not just the female or the male, and tendency is for the female to grow before the male grows. So it's like she's kind of the teacher. Another interesting point in relationships is the idea that if your total of your full name, if I add up your full name and look at those letters and the numbers again, and that number matches the life path of your partner from the date of birth. So remember, if you have a 5 life path and your destiny from your name comes to like 90 or the number 9, then that very, very compatible. They're both odd numbers, they're very compatible, and you can assist this person through the changes that a 5 is going to make and get a sense of perspective. Certain numbers are very compatible, but if I'm a 5 and I have a 5 life path that loves freedom, this was from my date of birth, loves freedom and change and likes to go over the other side of the hill to see what's there, and I marry or I get in a relationship with a 4, which is about boxing in and discipline and organization and productivity and measurable results. It's not about expansion and freedom, it's about results. And so when you get in a relationship with a 4, you can expect, if you're a 5, that there's going to be some limits here, and you've got to understand this going in, that your person is not going to be so anxious to go over the hill to see what's over there. They're going to be more of the accountant, the bean counter, the person who wants to know what time is dinner. You know, so right off the bat, those 2 life path numbers have to do a lot of adjusting before they even get going and get started. And the other thing too, the best year to really meet somebody is either your 1 year or your 2 year. So remember, if your month to day to the universal year, in this case it's 2019, next year will be 2020, add your month and day to the universal year, you'll get your personal year. There's only 1 through 9 personal years. And the best years for meeting people are 1 and 2, and the best years for making change are 5. And so I always suggest people, if you're going to move in a 5 and 6 year. And 1, 3, 5. Compatibility is very important for also the odd numbers and the even numbers. Even numbers go better with even numbers. Odd numbers go better with odd numbers. So there's a lot to putting together a relationship understanding, but I just want to give you this little bit and let you know this is one of my specialties. I work with people who have issues in their relationship or they just want to know more. And one of the things I also suggest is if you're thinking of ending a relationship and all that stuff, always kind of instead ending it, redefine it. Some things, you don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. So redefine the relationship. And I would like you to know that there is no such thing as a relationship that was a waste of time. You grew, you learned, and then you moved on, or the person moved on. It was something you needed to learn, and now you can let it go. So just learn the lesson and throw away the experience. That's really true. So if you're looking to get a compatibility reading or relationship reading, please let me know. You can go to my website. I'll be glad to work with you. Thank you. Hi, thank you again for watching my YouTube channel. If you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe, see below. There's a place for you to do that. This last thing to note that I will be in Chicago on Sunday, October 6th, providing a workshop from 1 to 4 in Oak Park, which is part of Chicago, on October the 6th, Sunday, and the whole workshop will be on how to understand what is happening to you and what is happening in the world. Fascinating information. Think you'll love it. It's stuff that you really don't find really anywhere. Again, thanks for watching.